Israel says it's carrying out fresh strikes on western Iran as the war enters its third week. Israeli officials say the bombing campaign is wide-scale and targeting regime infrastructure. This comes as the IDF says it's detected missiles fired from Iran. It marks the sixth wave in the space of 10 hours. Alerts have been sent encouraging people in affected areas, including Tel Aviv, to seek shelter. Meanwhile, President Donald Trump has dismissed making a deal with Tehran, saying the terms are not good enough yet. He also said the U.S. may hit Harg Island, Iran's critical oil export hub, a few more times just for fun, after military targets were obliterated. Let's take a listen now to some residents in Tehran.
They hit us, we hit them. Ultimately, this is war. We've seen through the 8-year Holy Defense War and the imposed 12-day war, and this war will also eventually end. Iran is the victor. Iran is always the victor.
This is not a good situation, but both sides seem to be testing each other, one being the West and the other Iran. But I hope they come to a conclusion fast because people are a bit under pressure. The businesses have been closed for a month or two, and no one earns an income.
For more on this, we can bring in Doha-based journalist Hoda Abdel-Hamid. Hoda, what more do we know about the strikes that are happening on Iran?
Well, they concentrated on the west and the south of the country, mainly the historic cities of Isfahan and Shiraz. The deadliest attack was in Isfahan, where, according to the Iranian authorities, a bomb struck a factory and 15 people died there. Now, Isfahan is a city rich in history, but it also has quite a substantial industrial complex and military complex. So it's not really clear whether it was a military target or a civilian target. Some interesting numbers coming out of Iran. The governor of Tehran says that since the beginning of the war, more than 10,000 residential homes in the capital have been either destroyed or partially destroyed. That number rises to 54,000 nationwide. And also, the government says that so far 200 towns and cities across the country have been hit, with the human toll now rising above 1,400 killed Iranians. So certainly the pressure is still on from the skies. Both Israel and the U.S. continue to pounding the country.
Now, Hoda, Iran is continuing to target its Gulf state neighbors. The latest attacks came a day after Tehran called for the evacuation of 3 major ports in the United Arab Emirates. Saudi Arabia says it intercepted 26 Iranian drones, while Kuwait said it downed 5 over the previous 24 hours. Meanwhile, sirens could be heard in Bahrain. So, Hoda, what more can you tell us about the Iran strikes on the Gulf states? What's happening today?
Well, we're going to start with Saudi Arabia because there's an interesting twist there. There was 2 waves of attack, 4 drones heading towards the diplomatic quarter in Riyadh, according to Saudi authorities, all intercepted. And then later on, a wave of 10 drones heading towards the east of the country. Now, Iran denies this second attack, telling the Saudis that they have nothing to do with it and the Saudis should investigate that. Otherwise, around the region, UAE was again, the alerts rang several times there, people running to their shelters. All the ballistic missiles and the drones have been intercepted, but they seem to have been trying to target the center of Dubai, something known as the Marina District, a very lively and bubbly district of that city. And then we had also attempted attack, an attack overnight on the Kuwait military air base, where 2 drones fell in that perimeter, and also one drone destroying the radar system of Kuwait International Airport. Here in Doha, we haven't heard the alarms for the last, I would say, 18 hours, maybe a bit more. That comes after a really loud series of attacks 24 hours ago, and but people are bracing themselves for more.
Hoda, thank you so much for keeping us updated, and please do stay safe. That's Hoda Abdel-Hamid reporting for us there in Doha.